today City Council agreed to renew our state of local emergency for another 7 days, which, as I indicated last week, we expect will have to be maintained for many weeks to come yet. I was also very pleased to hear in today's briefing from Adam that for the most part Edmontonians are being very cooperative and complying with all of the required social distancing rules. All of your efforts are helping us to flatten the curve and contain the virus, so please keep doing your part by staying in, washing hands, and maintaining physical distance if you must go out. It's working, which means it's saving lives.
Starting April 20th, all ETS buses will stop running at midnight, and the LRT service will stop at 10 p.m. Our current ridership levels have declined close to 80%. Particularly during the early morning and late evening periods. This change in travel time reflects that some essential service providers are opening later and closing earlier. We understand this move may impact some of our workers that are providing essential services in hospitals, extended care facilities, and grocery stores. We're in contact with those businesses and we're exploring options to ensure that people can still get to and from work safely. While we're still working through the details, this could include shuttle services or potentially partnerships with vehicle for hire businesses if deemed necessary. Daytime non-destination ridership is being successfully managed by moving people back downtown to shelters by shuttle buses from Century Park and Nate LRT stations and some bus routes. This appears to be working well so far, and we continue our efforts to try and support safe ridership on our transit service. 3 additional changes will be made to increase the safety of DATS drivers. Starting next Monday, ETS will add 5 screening questions to DATS trip booking process. All DATS trips will transport only 1 passenger at a time, and all DATS operators will be issued surgical masks. The reason these masks are being offered to DATS operators and not conventional bus operators is because it's different in terms of the busing. Conventional bus operators have plexiglass shields between them and their passengers, while DATS buses do not have the shields, and they're also in closer proximity to the passengers in the DATS service. And Edmonton is one of only 2 transit systems in the country that have shields to ensure that our operators are safe on buses. Again, the safety of our operators and our passengers continues to be our highest priority during this time. We'll also be temporarily suspending the license agreement between the city and the e-scooter businesses. Our concerns are focused on the lack of stringent cleaning protocols between users and the fact that this is a non-essential transportation service. We believe that without strong cleaning protocols, users could spread the virus through touching the handlebars with other e-scooter users. Again, this decision was made in the safety, with the mind of safety to our public. The license agreement will not be renewed for the duration of this public health emergency. I had a question yesterday related to Sportsfield, and we are also making changes to the availability of city-owned Sportsfield. We decided to cancel all public sports fields bookings up to including May 31st. Refunds have been provided to the end of May, and we'll continue to engage with our sports community partners as they revise their season schedules and game plans. We do hope to see teams back on the field soon, but we are only going to permit that when we feel it's safe to do so. This weekend we'll expand access from Victoria Promenade to include Victoria Park Road, which will connect folks to the River Valley. And next week we'll expand pedestrian and bike space around Saskatchewan Drive. We'll continue to look at different areas that could be closed to create more safe walking and biking spaces. And I said this yesterday and again to Edmontonians, I just want to say thank you. You're taking all of these measures that we have put in place to heart, and we can see that you're listening to the public health officials by your efforts to stay home, take the efforts to respect the physical distancing requirements when you do leave home. We also noted today, and the mayor mentioned this, that we're seeing good compliance when it comes to mass gathering restrictions across the city. There's also been good compliance related to the non-essential business closures. We're seeing low attendance at city parks, and those who are attending, again, are respecting the physical distancing requirements. We are also seeing low attendance at the dog parks and their parking lots, with only a small number of warnings issued. I know these changes are difficult, but they're required. We need to keep Edmontonians safe, and you doing your part helps to do that. So thank you for your patience and understanding.